It's been 6 years since Emil Interactive, the Danish game developer that we are so proud of, gave us the last episode of the Hitman series, the series that really, put their name out there. Now Hitman Absolution is here. It's a completely new tech, it's a completely new game, and it looks really, really good. But you have actually been playing the game.
I have been for quite a few weeks now. I can say it really is a lovely title. You can definitely see that Emil Interactive has put a lot of effort and a lot of love into this title, and really, as you said, Hitman put their name on the map. But this is really their fine jewel that we have here.
Okay, but let's of course start from the start. You are a hitman. Where do you go from there?
Actually, you are the hitman. The one and only true killer, born to kill. And this time around, things are a little bit different. Hitman, or Agent 47 as his name is, had a handler called Diana for a long time. She was like his ear, his inner voice telling him who to kill and what to do and
his
so on.
His Cortana.
Yeah, you could say that, really. And Diana, she's been making a lot of mess with the agency. She's been doing all kinds of things, to muck it up. And 47 is sent to kill her, to expedite her, and when he does, perhaps, he learns that Diana has been keeping a secret, and the secret is a young girl who he needs to protect. And for reasons that I can't go into, things take off from there.
Okay. A lot has been made of the new game having an open world allowing you to go about your missions as you want to, but is this a strictly mission-based game, or is it more of an open world experience?
A little bit of both. I would say that you still have these very narrow missions in the sense that you can't do, it's not Grand Theft Auto, you can't do what you want. But since this is Agent 47's own story, it's the way that he goes about and do things, you would see him finding himself in situations that he has never been before. He needs a favor of an informant of some kind, and he needs a favor from Agent 47. So actually, you end up killing guys that are not related to the story, but that has some kind of influence in this world, and you do it in a gruely or gruesome manner. Of course, in the fabulous Hitman 47 way. Okay,
but as for the freedom, I mean, for instance, Dishonored was just released a couple of months ago and really allowed you to go about missions as you wanted to. Are there the same possibilities in Hitman? Not necessarily. It was a different kind of universe.
I would say that there are many possibilities. I've been playing this level in particular called the King of Chinatown, where you have to deal with a target. It's like in the center of the level, and he's surrounded by a huge group of cops and a huge group of innocent civilians, and you have like a dozen different paths to kill this guy, which unlock these new challenges. So you actually get rewarded for doing something extra, taking an effort for actually killing this guy in a creative way. So there are many possibilities, and of course you can always shoot everyone on the scene, but that's not really the classic
Hitman style.
It's got to be classy, and Emil Interactive has said you have these possibilities to go about and do this wet work.
Yeah, but most of the games that give you an open-ended solution to problems always say, yeah, you can do whatever you want, but they end up punishing you, for instance, for going the violent way if it's a stealth game, or the other way around. What are the perks of being a stealthy hitman?
I would say that it definitely emphasizes that you gotta be stealthy, you gotta be classy in what you do. If you shoot everyone on sight, you can perfectly fine clear the level and progress through the game. But really, if you want to score the big money and you really do get the silent assassin type and all that. You really gotta be stealth and really consider, be patient sometimes, really, using all the possibilities that you can. And that's how the game is played. That's really, the most fun. You see a way to drug a guy or maybe push him off a cliff or something that looks like an accident, and you get rewarded, and that reward is actually worth it.
Okay. So that's the single player though. A huge part of the new game, apparently so, is the multiplayer, the contract mode,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
So tell me about it.
Contract mode is a little bit different from a typical multiplayer mode because there's no red team of Hitman or blue team of Hitman or capture the flag or what it is. No, this time around it's a typical because Hitman of course works alone, but it's always been, as Io says, part of the Hitman universe to challenge each other from gamer to gamer. I bet you can't clear this game with a silent assassin in less than 5 minutes and so on. And they've really taken that kind of challenge mode and made it into a mode. So contract mode works like we both play the game, we play a specific level, and we find a target or I would find a target that I think is interesting, and I point him out, I kill him in a creative way, and then I send the level to you saying, here, Thomas, look what you can do. See if you can do it in my time and use less bullets or be more stealthy about it. And that really is the idea, and that you would compete in your own pace. I can do this on a Monday and you would do it the next Tuesday. It really, it's not dependent on each other, but it really feels very solid because it builds on the same engine, the same levels, and the same equipment that you would have from the single player experience.
So this is not the sort of multiplayer experience where you will have unlocks Call of Duty style, or
No.
or is it even the same levels as you see in the single player, or are they unique levels?
It is the same levels, unfortunately, as the single player. But there are a few unlocks. I would say that's one of the criticisms about the game, that the unlock system and the upgraded system, you can upgrade some of your weapons, but that feels a little bit left behind. The possibilities, to unlock your silver balls, your main gun of the game, it doesn't feel right, and it's really very old school, to say the least.
Okay. But the multiplayer is still fun though, because it sounds great.
The multiplayer is fun because it says to the player, I can play it anytime I want. I can be very creative about who I want to kill, why I want to kill. So I can create my own story on this kind of level. If I were not to kill who the game thinks is interesting, but what I find is interesting, there could be a lot of new possibilities within the game, and it's really about exploring the game a lot more than you would if you would only play the single player. I think that's a great idea, but I'm still a bit concerned to see whether or not IO Interactive can be able to put new content into the game, because eventually this will run a little bit dry.
Besides all the new content, the new game and everything, a lot has also been made about IO Interactive, clever as they are, finally making new tech for the game.
Yeah.
And it looks, from the trailers I've seen, I've fortunately not played the game, it looks really good.
It's awesome. Apparently it took 6 years to make this new upgrade to the Glacier engine called the Glacier 2. Very precise name, I would say, but it really is a great engine. It handles so many different kind of problems and different kinds of environments. So it's just fabulous. One thing I would say is extraordinary is the lighting, the way that the lighting bounces off Hitman's head, or it's the soft lighting, the soft shadows. Everything, all those details, you could really see that there's put a lot of technical effort into making this, just a very pretty game, and it certainly is.
So we started out by saying that it's been 6 years since the last Hitman game. Has this been worth the wait?
I gotta say that although Hitman Absolution is a very competent game, and it really delivers on the classic Hitman recipe. The recipe is to be part cartoony and part classy and stylish. And to me, I tend to be a gamer in favor of the stylish. I want it, clean and nice, and not so much of the cartoon. And I think that the story progresses in a different way from what I had imagined. So I'm, considering the story and all that, I'm a little bit disappointed that we had to wait 6 years for this. But in terms of how it's made and in terms of how gorgeous it looks, and I gotta say this, you can actually kill a guy by shooting a harpoon right through him or her. I won't spoil that. So it is a very gorgeous looking, very nice game, and if you are a Hitman a Hitman fan of any kind, you should definitely go and buy this game.
47 is back.